Time now for Cavaliers between the games. Let's see what's in store for today.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV, along with the Chippewa Valley Museum, would like to take the next few minutes to help celebrate the 150th anniversary of the city of Eau Claire. So now today's episode in celebrating Eau Claire's sesquicentennial.
In our continued celebration of the past 150 years of Eau Claire history, Rob Madison along with Hunter Madison took a few minutes to review a game about Eau Claire history. So here is episode 52 of Board Game Archaeology.
Welcome to Board Game Archaeologists. We played time-worn games from the past. I'm Hunter.
I'm Rob.
And today we're looking at Eau Claire Trivia.
Eau Claire Trivia from Trivia Games Production from Rochester, Minnesota. Originally copyrighted in 1990. The Eau Claire version, I think they did this all over the country probably, or at least in the Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, who knows, range. This was copyrighted in 1995.
And the object of the game is to get all three of your pieces into the center of the board.
Yeah, and the game comes with a cover of Eau Claire history, and it's old-time history with Barstow Street in the late 1800s. We also have 3 different colors for 4 different characters. You can play 2 to 4 players. And we have a stack of Eau Claire trivia cards. And the cool thing, and what makes this a real interesting thing for the locale, is all the businesses on here are from Eau Claire.
And how you start the game is everyone takes a die, and they roll for highest.
Hi.
And in this case, the person on the left of the person who rolled the highest typically would be the person asking questions. But in this case, that's me. And before anyone can even move, the first question needs to be answered correctly. So what year was Wu Pagodas built?
1946.
And that is correct.
I cheated.
And
that was a tough one, but I did that because our Hunter's grandparents and my in-laws, their favorite place to eat.
And then you would get to roll both of your die and get one or more of your pieces out.
Right, and you can split your dice roll up. So if I roll a 3 and a 1, I can roll 1, but I can only take one person out per question. So I can't move another person, so I would go the 1, 2, 3. If you land on somebody else's start, if you're in somebody else's entrance and they come in, you have to move your farthest player all the way back to start. Now, if you bump into somebody like this, then they move back 5 places.
And another little nifty thing is that if you roll doubles with your dice after you answer a question correctly, then you can just go ahead and roll again for the next turn. You don't even have to answer a question.
Yep.
And with that correct answer in your typical turn, you would then have the opportunity to get another question. So for example, true or false, the Master Lock Company has its headquarters in Milwaukee.
True.
That is correct.
Nice.
And really, that is one of the big things about this, is that the information is very specific and you're really hoping for those true and false questions.
So yeah, and the pros and cons, one thing I thought was funny about the board is, so you have this place where you put the cards face down, and then you have a place, discard pile, where you put the cards face down. The cards are designed bigger than the area. So by the first time you put a card down, you can get lost on which one is supposed to be your discard pile and not a discard pile, especially when it gets further along in the game. Very timely. If you don't know a lot about Eau Claire, you're going to have a real difficult time playing this game. Some of the questions are true or false. Some are a 50-50 shot, and that's your best guess. I would have never known Wu's Pagoda, and I've eaten there many times. It's been long gone, and some generations don't even know what we're talking about when we say Wu's Pagoda. We also had Wally's Chalet, which was Hunter's Great Papa's favorite place to eat. And that place has been long gone and made into a sports bar many years ago. But yeah, I feel some company went from town to town and made deals with them. Or this could have even been a university project in the College of Business where they went from town to town, got sponsors for the game, and were able to make the game.
And I do kind of appreciate the amount of like research that they did in the questions. Like, I wouldn't have known about the Woos Pagoda thing at all. The structure of the board is a little wonky. It's very confusing at first, where the start is, and you know, with all of the icons, whether or not the businesses mean something when you land on them. But once you figure out that it's more or less in the same kind of configuration as sorry,
right? Then, sorry, aggravation, trouble, they're all kind of the same. It's the same theme.
It's just a little harder to tell just from looking at it.
Yeah, it's busy with all the advertising on it. But it's kind of fun. If you're from Eau Claire, you're going to recognize most of the stuff, especially if you're older. A lot of it still exists. A lot of it doesn't still exist.
But you're going to have a hard time, regardless of whether you were even there at the time or not. You're going to have a hard time with the trivia questions.
You really are.
That's going to test how aware you were for the last few decades.
Right, and if you're a really big Eau Claire trivia buff. Oh yeah, one thing we forgot to talk about is you only have 3 chances per round. You can't go 4 rounds. If you answer the first question right, answer the second question right, you get a third time. That's it. You get to stop at that point. Or if you get that first question right, you roll doubles, you get a freebie. You don't even have to answer a question. You roll that third one, and then you're done at that point too.
And let's face it, the odds of that will probably be pretty small.
These questions are tough.
But it only adds kind of to that kind of like confusion of some of the board and some of the way that it's structured in that way.
Yeah, you can tell it's not created by a bunch of designers. I think it's created by, like I said, a College of Business class or something like that, just selling product. And they probably had a stamp machine that kind of made it this way.
Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about us, check us out at toyarchaeology.com. You can also find us on Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and check out Bill Hauser Art.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
We would like to thank Hunter Madison and Rob Madison, as well as the other folks at Board Game Archaeology, for giving us permission and making this video available.
You've been tuned to today's episode of Celebrating Eau Claire's Sesquicentennial, presented by the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV, along with the Chippewa Valley Museum. Stay tuned as we have more between game entertainment, followed by Game 2 of today's doubleheader, coming right up.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Coming up next is Game 2 of today's Cavalier doubleheader on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Long fly ball by Pogo, and it's out of here! A 3-run shot by Anthony Pogozinski.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And we're back here at Carson Park for game number 2. They got started a little quicker than we were expecting, so we missed the first batter. I'm sorry about that, but it was Nate Kent, and he took a base on balls. The lineup for the Cavaliers defensively, Around the infield, Cooper Kapanke at third, Jackson Vance at short, Caden Erickson at second. Pogo's over at first. In the outfield, it's Mitch Fowler, Campbell Kapanke, and Chase Yeager. Cole Timon behind the plate, and Lucas Costley on the mound with a 1-0 record and a 0.00 earned run average. Showing bunt is Matt Miller. He pulls it back for ball 2. Nate Kent on first. And the pitch as he goes, and Kent is safe in at second. Pitch was a called strike. Costley looks in and delivers, grounded over to Kapanke, throws over to first for the out. Miller advances the runners. Kent is over on third, and it's going to bring up Jim Till.
Back third baseman, number 28, Jim Till.
Till went 1 for 5 in the first game. Swung on a chop foul at the plate. One ball and one strike right now to Todd Lasher, or to Jim Till, I should say. Todd Lasher on deck. And fouled out of play.
Brought to you by Flanagan Sports. Sporting goods store that buys, sells, and trades a wide variety of sports equipment, both new and secondhand.
1-2 is the count. To Jim Till. And the pitch. That one got him. No, it went behind him. I thought it got him. It went behind him all the way back to the screen, and in to score is Nate Kent on the wild pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it's fouled out of play. Count holds at 2-2.
That foul ball is brought to you by Madison Street Auto Body, located at 430 East Madison Street in Eau Claire.
And he goes down on strikes. So Till goes down. Todd Lasher comes up. Lasher went 1 for 3 in the first game.
Left fielder, number 33, Todd Lasher.
His one was a double that scored 2 runs. Here's the pitch. And it's a ball just off the outside corner.
For all you hungry people out there, the batter's box food truck will be leaving in 20 minutes. We still have classic hot dogs and classic nachos, so make sure you go get you some. And
we have a pitching change going on as Costley's coming out. He'd been dealing with a little bit of a sore elbow, so maybe it was sorer than he thought, but he only gets a 2/3 of an inning, and we have a pitching change going on, and we'll get it all figured out right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good?
Back here at Carson Park, a very early pitching change. Reese Lucas on the mound for the Cavaliers, as Lucas Costley, I've got to think that he's been nursing a bit of a sore elbow for a little bit, and I've got to be thinking that that's just not cooperating with him right now, as he was struggling to find the plate, which was par for the course in the first game, but this is a different game, and so he had to be feeling not real healthy about it. And so Reese Lucas coming in, his first appearance with the Cavaliers with 2 down. Lucas Costley did 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 run. It was earned. No hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 base on balls. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's high for ball 1. Todd Lasher at the plate. Here's the wind and the pitch inside. Back to the screen. That was a belt buckle polisher if there ever was one. Lucas looks in, and the pitch, it's just off the outside corner for a walk. That brings up Jack Sherpke. There's the pitch, and that's a called strike. That's just over the outside corner. Reese Lucas looks in for the sign, takes a peek over at first, and now he's at the belt. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing. No, just a little bit high. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 2. Sherpke went 1 for 5 in game 1. Singled his first time up. Flew out a couple times, struck out and grounded out. Just missed the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike. Reese Lucas on the mound for the Cavs. Here's the pitch, and that's inside. Ball gets away from Timon. Runner at second rounds, and he decides to stay there in the personage of Todd Lasher. So Sherpke takes a base on balls. Brings up Joe Holling. And Holling was 0 for 2 in game 1. He's the catcher this time around. Moved from right field down to behind the plate. He also walked a couple times in the first game. Here's the pitch. Caught the outside corner for a strike. And the pitch is a liner out into right field. Nix is over to field it. Rounding third and coming in to score is Lasher. Checking in at third is Sherpke, and standing safe on first is Holling with a single to right field. Two runs in the top of the first for the Eau Claire Bears. They're on top of the Cavs, 2-0. Here's the pitch. And he called it a strike over the outside corner. And the pitch. That one gets away from Timon on a wild pitch, and in to score Sherpke. That's the third run of the inning for the Bears. 3-0. Cavaliers haven't even come up yet. 2 down, top of the first inning. And the pitch. Fouled off on the right side. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 down. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So for the Bears in the top half of the first inning, they got 3 runs on 1 hit. No Cavalier errors and 1 left on base. Or was it 2? It's 1. 1 left on base. So we've completed a half inning. It's the Bears 3 and the Cavaliers coming to bat. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
Back here at a breezy Carson Park on a chilly day. Cavaliers coming to bat after they've already dug a hole for themselves. Caden Erickson to lead things off for the Cavaliers. And he fouls it off the right side. We had 52 degrees when the first game started. It's all of 53, and Erickson starts things off with a base hit to right field. Erickson was 0 for 3 in game 1, and he just helped his cause a little bit right there. That's going to bring up Campbell Kapanke, who was 0 for 2 in game 1. And a shot over to third, and they got doubled off Erickson. A line shot over to third, caught by Till, and he fired it over to first base to pressure and doubled off Erickson. That's going to bring up Ryan Vinny with nobody on, and the first pitch is a called strike. And the 0-1 pitch caught the inside, or outside corner, I should say. 1 ball, or no balls, 2 strikes. Johnson's pitch is swing and a miss for strike 3, and it turns out to be a convoluted 1-2-3 inning, but the Cavaliers go down with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball as they trail 3-0 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
And we're back here. I notice there is some more action going on down in the Cavalier bullpen. And it's Xavier Bemninster down there warming up. It looks like Pete Martingale's going to try to cobble something together in this. See how many innings he can get out of people. Reese Lucas got credit for a third of an inning. And gave up 2 runs so far. And so that brings up the designated hitter, Joel Zacco, who was the winning pitcher in the first game. He went the distance, threw a 2-hitter. That first one, back in the old days of baseball, that was called chin music right there. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That one caught the outside corner. Chin music was something they did back when a pitcher would move a batter off the plate if he had to. That way he could control the outside corner. And a foul ball. Pogo couldn't quite get there. You know, to remember those days real well, Dan, is your dad when he played ball. That was the type of thing pitchers would do back then. You have to be careful, they'll put it right in your ear hole.
Yeah, a lot of history, a lot of good players from Eau Claire.
Line shot out into right field. Nix comes over, makes the catch. One of those fading line drives. Jaden Nix gets over there. I'm waiting for the play, Dan, when Nix makes a catch with his hat on. The hat falls off usually within the first 3 steps. Coming up for the Bears is J.D. Pressure, the first baseman. And the first pitch is high for a ball. Pressure went 0 for 2 in game number 1. And the pitch is swung on and missed. It was fouled at the plate. And the pitch is outside. And pitch is a little bit high. 3 balls and a strike. J.D. Pressure. 1 out. Top of the second inning. And the pitch. Chopper over to second. Erickson scoops it up. Throws over to first for the putout. Two down. Takes us back to the top of the order for the Bears. And Nate Kent, who walked his first appearance, ended up scoring on a wild pitch. And a foul ball straight back. Are you ready for that one, Dan? Just a little bit out of your reach.
I was ready.
I did see your hand go up. You know, if that back wall of the press box hadn't been there, you'd have been all over it. And the pitch is just outside for a ball. One ball, one strike, 2 down. And the pitch, it's high and away. And the pitch is swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Our mate got 2 and 2. Nate Kent at the plate. Reese Lucas with the pitch. Ground ball over to Pogo. He's going to take it himself. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Bears. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We played an inning and a half. And it's the Bears 3, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe. Yeah, it's cold up here, Ann. and Jeremy DeGrosse. Cassie has left us. She had other places to go do. But we're here bringing you the second game of this doubleheader. Cooper Kapanke at the plate. And the first pitch is a called strike. Don't forget, Cooper is our Geno's player of the game. And in game one, he hit a solid double. So stop out there at Geno's. Get yourself a free appetizer tomorrow. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cooper. And the pitch, outside, ball 2. Cooper went 1 for 2 in game one. That one was the double. Chopper foul down the third base line. And manager Pete Bartingale let that one slide underneath his throwing hand. He's the one who usually throws batting practice for the Cavs. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into shallow left field. Coming in to make the catch is Todd Lasher. So Kapanke flies out to shallow left. That's going to bring up Cole Timon. Timon went 0 for 2. And the pitch is swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the pitch. Long fly ball out into center field. Heading back is Sherpke. He's under it. He makes the catch. Just shy of the warning track. Timon gave it a pretty good ride, but Sherpke got back there and made the catch in just about the deepest part of the ballpark. That's going to bring up Mitch Voller, who pitched a little bit in game number 1, but did not have any plate appearances. Now he's out in left field in this game. Here's the pitch, chopper foul down the third base line. Rick Meyer behind the plate, calling balls and strikes. Here's the pitch. This one's chopped back out to the mound. Johnson fields it, throws over to pressure at first, and they got Voller for the third out. So for the Cavaliers, 3 up, 3 down, and we've completed 2 innings. The Bears 3, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Heading into the top of the third inning. Still out on the mound for the Cavaliers is Reese Lucas. And leading off for the Bears is the second baseman, Matt Miller, who grounded to third his first time up. And a swing and a miss for strike one. One ball, one strike. Lucas into the motion, and the pitch. Grounded foul down the third baseline. Pitch. It's a fly ball out into right field. Coming in again as the hatless Nix, and he makes the catch. You know, if the White Sox could have shoeless Joe Jackson, we can have hatless Jaden Nix. They were both outfielders. That brings up Jim Till. Struck out his first time up. I think that's what we're going to have to start calling him. Hatless Jaden Nix. And the pitch is a ball, just a little bit low. It did catch the inside corner, it looked like. And the 1-0 pitch, outside, ball two. One down in the top of the third. Cavs trailing 3-0. Here's the pitch. That just missed. 3-0 is the count. And the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Lucas at the belt. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. There's the payoff pitch. Chopper over to second. Picked up by Erickson, fire to first, and they got him by half a step. Two out. Brings up Todd Lasher, who walked and scored his last time up.
Fielder Todd Lasher.
He scored on Holling's single. Pitch is inside for a ball. Lucas into the motion and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball over the outside corner and got him to miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Lucas at the belt. And the pitch. Just missed low. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the wind and the pitch. Ground ball, fair ball down the third baseline. Lasher rounds first, thinks about second, and decides better. So Lasher singles to left, and that's going to bring up Jack Sherpke. Sherpke walked and scored on a wild pitch back in the first inning. There's the pitch. Chop foul at the plate. Lucas at the belt, and the pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike two. No balls, 2 strikes. Lasher at first. 2 down. And the pitch. It's in the dirt, and over to second goes Lasher. 1 ball, 2 strikes. At the belt and the pitch. Line shot out into right center field. Nix gets over to cut it off, but coming in to score is Lasher. That'll make the score 4-0 with the Bears on top. And it brings to the plate Joe Holling, the catcher.
The catcher, Joe Holling.
Holling singled to right his last time up. Pitch is inside for a ball. And the pitch. Chop foul. One ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Ground ball to short. Jackson Vance picks it up. Throw over to first. They got him. So, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Cavalier errors and 1 left on base. We've played 2.5, and it's the Bears 4, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Muldoon's Menswear. We're the well-dressed men of the Chippewa Valley shop. Whether you're looking for that big day you have coming up, or simply want to look great for a casual night out, Muldoon's is your stop. Let John or one of the other fine staff help you find just what you're looking for, and they'll make sure it looks great on you. What tops off the well-dressed man? One of Muldoon's well-made hats. Whether it's shirts, pants, suits, formal attire, or accessories, and did we say hats, Muldoon's has it for you. That's Muldoon's Menswear, 1506 South Hastings Way in Eau Claire.
Well, I see that Steve Kent is playing a little bit of jump around from House of Pain. I think that's how the people down in the grandstand are trying to keep warm. It's a pretty good way to do it. Cavs about to come up in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Due up for the Cavaliers are Pogo, Jackson Vance, and Jaden Nix. And the throw to second was a little bit long, but they got, as Ann says, they got to do the jump around that way. So that's going to bring up Anthony Pogozinski, or Pogo. He's been kind of frustrated today, although he did get a base hit his last time up in game 1. High fly ball to left center field, drifting over and making the catch is Todd Lasher. That's going to bring up Jackson Vance, shortstop. Vance went 0 for 2. Came into today batting .500. Pitch is outside. And a fly ball foul down the right field line. So Vance's batting average has dropped to .375. And he hits a fly ball out into right field. And making the catch is Fonte. That's going to bring up Hatless Jaden Nix. And Nick sends one out to short. Scoop there by Kent. Throw over to first, and he threw it wild. And we're going to get Nick's on first with an error on the shortstop. Ann is excited now because she likes watching Jaden Nix because she says he likes to steal bases. Let's see if his hat stays on if he doesn't. Of course, he's got a batting helmet on now. They stay on a little more snug. And a fly ball by Caden Erickson out into left field. Underneath it is Todd Lasher, and he makes the catch. And so for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits. There was one error by the Bears and one left on base. We've played 3 innings, and it's the Bears 4. Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Works better if I turn on the microphone. Back here at Carson Park. 3 innings in the book, and it's the Bears 4, Cavaliers nothing. Still on the mound for the Cavaliers is Reese Lucas. He's got 2 1/3 innings in so far. And stepping up to the plate is Vinny Fonte, who struck out his first time up. And a ground ball over to Jackson Vance at short. Throw over to first, and they got him. That'll bring up Joel Zacco. And Zacco lined out to right field. That was that sinking liner that hatless Jaden Nix went and made the catch on. And the pitch is a called strike. No balls and a strike with 1 out. And the pitch is outside. One ball, two strikes to Zacco. Reese Lucas into the motion and the pitch. It's high and inside. Counts even at 2-2. Xavier Bemninster still staying warm down in the bullpen. Just kind of lightly tossing right now. And a called third strike over the outside corner, and I don't think Zacco liked that one. That's going to bring up J.D. Pressure, who grounded to second his first trip. 2 down. And pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Counts even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. J.D. Pressure at the plate. Reese Lucas on the mound. And the pitch. Foul tip in the dirt. Strike 2. There's that pitch. And it's a called third strike over the outside corner. 3 up, 3 down for the Bears in the top of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 3.5. And it's the Bears 4 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on Wednesday, May 25th when the Cavaliers host the Bloomer Woodticks at Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:35 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, May 25th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here. In addition to that game on Wednesday that Ed just mentioned, I also want to remind you that on Tuesday the 31st will be the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game where we get to celebrate the life of Eau Claire sports icon Billy Noss. And that will be on Tuesday the 31st. Cavaliers play the same Eau Claire Bears. The Cavs and the Bears kind of go together on that one. And we will have it for you here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV on Tuesday evening. Stepping up for the Cavaliers, swinging and a miss for strike 1 is Campbell Kapanke. He hit a line shot to the third baseman to Till. His first time up, swing and a miss, strike 2. And Till fired it over to first base to double off Caden Erickson. And the pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Erickson thought for sure that ball was going to get through, and Till made the play. One ball, 2 strikes to Kapanke. There's the pitch, outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's the wind and the pitch. That's inside. 3 balls and a strike. Or 3 balls, 2 strikes. Johnson's payoff pitch. Swing, foul tip back to the net. Kapanke hangs tough. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's going to bring up Ryan Vinny, who struck out his first time up.
The designated hitter, Ryan Vinny.
First pitch to Vinny is outside for ball 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's outside ball 2. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And here's the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. And that pitch is inside. So the count goes full to Ryan Vinny. Fly ball out into left field. It could fall in. No, Lasher gets back there and makes the catch. Todd Lasher showing some range out in left field. That's going to bring up our Geno's player of the game, Cooper Kapanke.
The baseman, Cooper Kapanke.
Cooper flew out to left his last time up. First pitch is a called strike. And the pitch. Foul back. You know, on that previous one, the called strike, I know that we had talked to Cooper about sometimes players really be the best advantage to wear the high socks that some players wear. And that's one that might have paid off for Cooper. He's got such a high strike zone. Here's the pitch. That one, well, let's say that was probably about a 58-footer. Didn't quite get there. But it draws a really stark line when you wear the high socks. Pitch is outside. Cooper's got those long legs, and an average player up there, the knees are a little bit lower. Count is full to Cooper Kapanke. Here's the pitch, fouled out of play on the right side. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball to second, scooped there by Miller, throw over to first in time, and Kapanke goes down. So the Cavaliers go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 4th. We've played 4. It's the Bears 4 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
The potty will run.
Again, we're back here at Carson Park. And I'm along with Dan Petshaw, who just says all kinds of things, but he does it quietly.
That's right.
He's
all
the
in my
quietest
head.
color commentator in the world.
If you guys could only read my mind. Well, maybe not.
Nathan Kent leading things off for the Bears in the top of the 5th inning. And a strike called. And the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Nix is over. He makes the catch and kept his hat on. Well, how about that? That's going to bring up Matt Miller, who is 0 for 2 in the second game. Miller grounded to third and flew out to right. I think what it was is Nix didn't have to go very far on that, so he didn't run hard, so his hat stayed on. Pitch caught the outside corner for a strike. And the pitch is chopped foul on the third base side. Lucas into the motion, and a fly ball out into center field. Drifting over and making the catch is Campbell Kapanke out there in center field. That's going to bring up Jim Till, who's also 0 for 2. Reese Lucas on the mound. And the first pitch is called just outside. And a chopper out of play. We do have a score from other action today in the CRBL. Pitch is inside for ball 2. And that is the Cadott Red Sox over the Beef River Bullfrogs 5-4. That game was played in Cadott. And pitch is a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Other games today, the Jim Falls Sturgeons are at the Bloomer Wood Ticks, and the Tilden Tigers are at the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. And the ball grounds out of play down the first base side. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So, Till goes down swing. It's the second strikeout of the game. And 3 up, 3 down for the Bears in the 5th inning. So we played 4.5, and it's the Bears 4, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
And we're back here at Carson Park. And let's take a quick look at yesterday's games once again. It was the Tilden Tigers over the Jim Falls Sturgeons 12-0. Eau Claire Rivermen knocked off the Cadott Red Sox 16-1. And then earlier today, Cadott Red Sox beat the Beef River Bullfrogs 5-4. Still waiting to hear scores on the Sturgeons at the Bloomer Woodticks and the Tigers at the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. If we get that before we're done here, I'll be glad to let you know what it is. So, for the Cavaliers, leading off the bottom of the fifth, the first pitch is outside to Cole Timon. And a fly ball to center field, drifting back and making the catch is Sherpke. That'll bring up Mitch Voller.
Mitch Voller.
And the first pitch to Voller is a called strike. Wind in the pitch. Check swing, appeal to first. He says, no, he didn't go. Voller chops it foul. One ball, two strikes to Mitch Voller. And the pitch. Foul tip back into the catcher's mitt. Halling hangs on, and it's 2 down.
First baseman, Anthony Pogozinski.
That's going to bring up Anthony Pogozinski. Pogo. Ground ball to second from his knees. Miller makes the throw over to pressure, and Pogo goes down 4-3. So for the Cavaliers, 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. A lot of goose eggs up there on the board for the Cavaliers, and we've got a 4-0 score with the Bears on top after 5. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
For over 1/3 of its history, Eau Claire has been able to count on the Eau Claire Cavaliers for high-quality baseball excitement. Come be a part of Eau Claire's legacy with your hometown Eau Claire Cavaliers. Home games are at historic Carson Park. To plan your day of affordable family fun, check out the Cavaliers on Facebook. Or go to the Cavalier website at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
We're back here at Carson Park. We have a new rump on the bump for the Cavaliers. It's Xavier Bemninster.
Now pitching for the Eau Claire Cavaliers, number 4, Xavier Bemninster.
So Reese Lucas gets credit for, let's see here, 4 innings pitched, 4 and a third. And he gave up 3 runs. And they were all earned. He gave up 1, 2, 3 hits. He struck out 1, 2, 3, 4. And he walked 2. So, we'll see what Xavier Bemminster, who was on the pitching staff of Hamlin University, has in store. Leading off the top of the 6th inning for the Bears, Todd Lasher. He's 1 for 1 in game 2. He had a single. Make that 2 singles as he rounds first. Both went to left field. That's going to bring up Jack Sherpke. Sherpke is also 1 for 1 with a single to right field. And the pitch, ground ball into right field. Seems like we've seen this before, Dan. Last time Lasher and Sherpke came up, they grounded to left, or singled to left and singled to right. Now if Holling grounds out to the shortstop, we're going to know something strange. Yeah, I don't know if that was Yogi or Casey, but one of them said it's deja vu all over again. And that's not going to be the case because he turned the other cheek, and that took the ball. That one tried to get him in the wallet. Cavaliers pulling in the infield. We do have a pinch runner. And that's going to be Tyler Astrike. And the throw at the plate is wild, and that's going to be an error that brings Lasher in to score. And Fonte gets on a fielder's choice. Fielder's choice, error 6 brought in the run. So we still have bases loaded. And here's the pitch to Zacco. Sherpke at third. Holling at second. Fonte at first. And the pitch is check swing foul. Five to nothing. The Bears have the lead. Cavalier bats have been as cold as the weather today. They've had 3 hits for the whole day. Here's the pitch. And a called strike over the outside corner. So Zacco goes down looking, and that's the second time he's gone down looking. That's going to bring up J.D. Pressure, who also went down looking his last time up. 1 out, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Just inside. And the pitch. Long fly ball out into center field. This is going to score at least one. No, it's beyond them. It's going to roll out to the warning path. Pressure checks in at second. 2 runs come in to score. So, Sherpke comes in to score. And Holling came in to score. Fonte checks in at third. And pressure is at second. Back to the top of the order, Nate Kent. Kent's 0 for 2. He grounded to first and also flew out to right field. One out. Runners at second and third. Fowler fires, and it's high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Infield still playing in. And the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. 3-1. Kent was taking all the way on that. Fowler looks in for the sign. Takes a look at third and the pitch. Or check, that's Bemninster. Keep calling that Fowler. It's Bemninster. And it's ball 4. So Nate Kent draws his second walk of the game. It's going to bring up Matt Miller. With 1 out and the bases loaded. And the pitch. Misses outside. And the pitch. And it's a called strike over the inside corner. I think that might have shined the letters on his uniform at the same time. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And the pitch is outside, ball 2. Bemninster at the belt. Looks over at third and makes the pitch. Foul tip back into the net. 2-2. Bemninster looks over at third. And the 2-2 pitch. Chop foul down the third base line. There's more action going on in the Cavalier bullpen. The better question is who hasn't been throwing down in the Cavalier bullpen. And the pitch. Ground ball through the hole out into left field. One run comes in to score. And the person that came in to score was Fonte.
Third baseman Jim Till.
So, that makes it 8 to 1, 8 to nothing. He put the score up in the wrong place, or the hit. Pogo has it, throws it to the plate. They got the out at the plate. And so it's a fielder's choice. 3-2 on the play. So now there are 2 outs. Pressure was the one forced out at the plate. So the Bears now have Kent at first, Miller at second, Till at first, with 2 down. Infield drops back to normal depth. Pitch over the outside corner for a strike. Todd Lasher, 2 for 2. He has singled twice. He's also the 10th hitter up this inning. And the pitch is a little high. There's some action going on down in the Bears bullpen as well. And the pitch is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the wind and the pitch. Sharp liner foul down the third baseline. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. We're in the top of the 6th inning. 4 runs in already. And the pitch. It's inside. Count goes full. It's traveling time. Bears will be off and running on the pitch. Bemninster looks in for the sign. He's at the belt. Runners take off. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Ball 4. And here comes the second runner in. And they don't make the play. And so we get a base on balls. And a wild pitch is what scored the runner. So Kent scored, Miller scored. And we have Till on third, Lasher on first, and Sherpke at the plate. It's 10-0. Bemninster at the belt. And the pitch. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. There's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Kapanke coming in. He can't get there. It's going to fall in for a base hit, and in to score is Till. That's going to bring up Joe Holling.
Catcher, Joe Holling.
So we have runners at first and second, 2 down, 7 runs in this inning. The Bears are up 11-0. And the pitch is outside. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. High. Quick throw down to first, and they didn't get him. It was close. And the pitch is high. 3 balls, no strikes. And that one hit him in the back. And out comes manager Pete Bartingale. Tucker Spraja is going to be in to pitch. Bemminster gets credit for 2/3 of an inning. And we'll have more information for you right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
You.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are, they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
On the mound for the Cavaliers, Tucker Spraja. It's going to take me half the year just to learn how to say Tucker's last name. And the first pitch as a called strike. The numbers for Xavier Bemminster, he pitched 2/3 of an inning, 7 runs, 3 of which were earned, 5 hits, 1 strikeout, and walked 2. One ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Spraja just bringing heat. Bases are loaded. And the pitch. Called strike 3, and Spraja gets him out of the inning. And so for the Bears in the top half of the 6th inning, We have 7 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. No Cavalier errors. I take it back. There was 1 Cavalier error. And 3 left on base. After 5.5, it's the Bears 11, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
For a better way to bank, switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
Back here at Carson Park, Cavaliers trail 11-0, and we are heading into the bottom of the 6th. If the Cavs don't score 2 runs in this inning, the game's over, Dan. We haven't seen Cavaliers go down on the 10-run rule. I don't think in our broadcasting of Cavalier games.
Right.
Folks, that's Dan. The guy with one-word sentences. I feel like Bob Uecker in the movie Major League in his color commentator. And a ground ball down the third base line. It's foul. At the plate is Jackson Vance. He flew out to right his first time up. Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul tip back into the screen. One ball and 2 strikes. And it's chopped foul. Count holds at 1-2. And a liner out into center field, falls in for a base hit. Jackson Vance with a hit. That's only the second hit for the Cavaliers, and the first one since the leadoff single by Caden Erickson back to start the game. That's going to bring up Jaden Nix. Nix got on an error his last time up. This one goes over to the first baseman. They get the play at first, or check out to the pitcher who made the play over to first. So they get Nix 1-3. It's about the equivalent of a bunt to move the runner over because Vance is on second. That's going to bring up Caden Erickson. And the pitch is outside for ball 1. And pitch is in the dirt, ball 2. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Shirtke dropping back. He makes the catch for out number 2. Going to bring up Campbell Kapanke. Kapanke's 0 for 2 in this game. 0 for 4 on the day. Swing and a miss for strike 1. He might have got a little piece of it. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Got fooled by a curveball that time. There's the pitch. It's inside and over to third goes Jackson Vance. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3, and that'll do the ball game. As Kapanke goes down swinging. Final score in game number 2, the Eau Claire Bears 11 and the Cavaliers nothing. We'll have all the summaries and we'll have a chat with manager Pete Bartingale right after this timeout. Final score, Bears 11, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are, they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Carson Park, getting ready to do a little Talkin' Baseball. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow and Monroe on the computer and Jeremy DeGrosse on the camera. Doing a great job getting us good camera shots today. Cavaliers get swept today by the Eau Claire Bears. And game number 2, they lose it by the score of 11-0. First game they went down 9-2. In game number 1 for the Bears, they got 11 runs on 8 hits. They committed 1 error, and the Cavaliers got no runs on 2 hits, and they committed 1 error. The winning pitcher in game number 2 was Blake Johnson, and the losing pitcher was Lucas Costley, who moves his record to 1 win and 1 loss. He also gave up his first earned run of the season. We'll see if we'll have to be asking manager Pete Bartingale about it when he gets up here. He's having actually a little bit more lengthy conversation, doing a little coaching down there, I think, and talking with the players. Dan, your comments?
Yeah, good pitching today by the Bears. It was spot on. And in the second game, good round for Todd Lasher. He went 3 for 3 and scored 3 times. And the Cavs, they just got in trouble both games and just couldn't recover. They kind of went deep in their pitching and,
And
maybe
found out the pool wasn't quite as deep as they expected it to be. I mean, I don't mean to belittle the effort that these guys put in out there. They worked hard out there. But today, especially in game 1, they just could not find the strike zone. And that was a big part of the problem. But the other part of the problem, and we mentioned it during the game, the bats today went as cold as the weather is.
Yeah, bats are cold. Stolen bases has been cold. And we'll see if the Cavs can get a little jump now.
But, you got to get on base to be able to steal a base.
Yeah.
And that means the bats have got to get going. And we'll see what Pete has to say about that when he comes up here. And I suspect it won't be too long. And he'll be heading up this way. And I'll tell you what, while we wait for him, let me take a real quick look here. In the Cavaliers, we talk about cold bats. They had 2 hits in game 1 and 2 hits in game 2. And you're just not going to win very many ball games doing that. We had Caden Erickson get a hit in game 2. We had Jackson Vance get a hit in game 2. We had Cooper Kapanke get a double. Thank goodness he got that double. That allowed the Geno's player of the game situation to go to a free appetizer for people. And so people that go out to Geno's tomorrow can just use Cooper Kapanke's name, and lo and behold, they'll get a free appetizer. And also Pogo got a base hit in game 1. But you spread out 4 hits over 2 games, you're not going to win very many games in that situation, and the Cavaliers have got to do something about that.
Yeah, they got a bunch of games yet to go and get back in the groove.
Exactly. In fact, getting back in the groove, they do have a game coming up on Wednesday, the 25th. They're going to host the Bloomer Woodticks in a single game right here at Carson Park. And our live coverage on both the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV will begin at 6 o'clock. Now that is wrong. It's not 6 o'clock. Our coverage is going to start at 6:30 on NLWN-TV. And I think so. I got to look that up. I'm not sure. All of a sudden, I'm drawing a blank on that. But anyway, I'll tell you what. Why don't I look that up while Ann sends us to a bit of a break. And we'll be back with Pete Bartingale right after this. Time out. You're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
And we're back here at Carson Park. And manager Pete Bartingale still not up here yet, so we're still kind of waiting for him. Let's double check those upcoming games. The Cavaliers taking on the Bloomer Woodticks on Wednesday. Our coverage begins at 6:30 for that game. And then for the Billy Noss game on the 31st, you've heard us talk about that a couple times today as well, where we will celebrate the memory of Eau Claire sports icon Billy Noss. And that will be at 6:30 on the 31st as well. In addition, we have coming up, and I've got it here. Right, so Wednesday we have the Bloomer Woodticks. That's the 25th. And then on Tuesday the 31st, we do have the Billy Noss game, and those are the two games that we have coming up. And we have manager Pete Bartingale coming in to our press box right now, and he's just about set. And Pete, I tell you, tough day.
Yeah, I got to catch my breath coming up the stairs there.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, 3 hits I don't think is
yeah, you had
going to win whole games for us.
4 on the day, and it's going to be pretty tough. The only good thing about it was the Geno's player of the game was Cooper Kapanke, and he did lace a double, so people at least get a free appetizer out of that.
Yeah, that was a nice shot, but we just didn't hit all day. So I'm not real sure what happened, if some of the guys were all a little too late last night or what. But
and yeah, the Bears pitching, they were in the strike zone all day, and the players seem to have, and I don't know, some of your guys just seem to really struggle with breaking pitches and stuff like that. And
yeah, we just I'm a little confused by it because most of those guys are playing college baseball, so it's not like they're rusty, but it's on me, and we should practice Tuesday, and we'll see if we can put something together. But I guess after a day like today, all you can do is move forward and go on to Wednesday.
That's really all you can. I was talking with Dan, and this is a tough one. I don't think in any of our broadcasts of Cavalier games we've ever gone down to the 10-run rule. We have won games to the 10-run rule, but we hadn't ever dropped one. I guess that was destined to happen at some point.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's baseball, and what goes around comes around. But this was pretty anemic today. And your bullpen you had to go really deep into it.
Yeah, I mean, we I don't know how many people we pitched today, 6, 7, 8 different individuals.
Well, let's see. I think you threw 3 in the second game. I think you threw 4 in the first.
Yeah, and the second game what hurt us is constantly getting hurt there and saying his back.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you about. What was the deal there?
He just got my attention and said that his back is hurting, and we don't want to risk anything, so took him out. So that kind of put us behind the 8 ball a little bit. But we had a bad first inning again, and we need to have better first innings. But the pitchers need to throw more first pitch strikes, get more on top. But 4 hits in 2 games, 22 years of baseball I've coached. That's not going to win anything.
No. Although I got to say, Reese Lucas came in and pitched reasonably well to keep the game close. Xavier had a tough time out there.
Yeah, and you look good warming up, and I've coached him a long time. But, today just wasn't his day. But we're going to need these guys. I mean, we don't have a minor league system, so
right.
This is what it's going to be, and we just have to keep moving forward and go on to Wednesday. But we just need to hit the ball better, and I think things will shape out a little better.
Boy, and after last week against Plum City, I thought you guys were going to start going on a hitting tear the way it went last week, and it just wasn't there today.
No, it wasn't, and thankfully it's early, so we got to get on a winning streak here. Play Wednesday night, and then I think we're picking up a game Friday in Spring Valley, and I told the guys, I suggested to all of them go because we need the reps. Pitchers need the reps, batters need the reps. There's no reason to go sit at your cabin. That's not going to accomplish a whole lot if we want to get in the CRBL race.
Fish will be there on other days.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, let's just put this one behind us, and we can play some more baseball the rest of the summer. And after all, you knew something was going to be wrong the way the weather is today. It's just cold and windy, and it just feels more like a football game than a baseball game, and it's kind of hard to get your head around it when it's like that. And we'll chalk it up to something like that.
Sounds good, Rick.
All right. Thank you, Pete. And we'll be back with more talking baseball right after this timeout.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
And we're back here at Carson Park. And Cavaliers drop a doubleheader to the Eau Claire Bears, 9-2 and 11-0. And as we just said with manager Pete Bartingale, we're just going to put this one behind us and move on to Wednesday, because on Wednesday, the Cavaliers' next game, they will be hosting the Bloomer Woodticks. It'll be a single game from here at Carson Park. Live coverage on both the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV will begin at 6 p.m. with the In the Dugout show, followed by all the play-by-play. 6:30 p.m. with all the play-by-play action. And then the Billy Noss Memorial Game. Don't forget to mark your calendars. That's Tuesday, May 31st. And you're going to want to be here when the Cavaliers have a chance to get a little revenge on these Eau Claire Bears in the annual Billy Noss Memorial Game. Help the Cavaliers and the Bears celebrate the memory of Eau Claire sports icon Billy Noss. And if you can't make it here to Carson Park, join us on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV. Our coverage begins at 6:30 p.m. with the In the Dugout show, followed by all the play-by-play action. Hey, veterans, the Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind you that veterans of the United States military, that you can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veterans identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. I don't know if I said that right or it made any sense at all, but I think so. Just get over here to Carson Park with your ID, and they'll give you your lifetime pass. Today's Cavalier baseball game, or both games, were brought to you by Gino's Pizza, right next to Action City, and voted the best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row. Don't forget, today's Gino's player of the game was Cooper Kapanke, who hit a double in Game 1. So if you go out to Gino's tomorrow and mention Cooper's name, you're going to get yourself a free appetizer. Also by Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for the Chippewa Valley. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Callista Salon on Water Street in Eau Claire. Call 715-864-5332 for a reservation. Muldoon's Menswear on Hastings Way, where the well-dressed men of Eau Claire shop. And Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Final score of game number 2, once again, is 11-0. And for Dan Petschow and Ann Monroe and Jeremy DeGrosse and Cassie Johnson, this is Rick Olson, and you've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.